Deku with a hard DK. Give me the shell! No, no. Oh, would you like to see my impression of your bones? You have no idea if that's a cup, do you? Are you enjoying your birthday? Define enjoy. I used to be kind of a snob about it. I was like, if you buy a cosplay, it's not real cosplay or whatever. Because I was really mad because a lot of like younger children were having access to resources that I didn't have when I first got into cosplay. And I was like, how dare you buy your costume? You know how much money I spent making mine? So I was a little bit of a snob originally. But these days, most of my costumes are either handmade or they're modified pieces, but I do make an exception for uniforms. So like the BNHA sports uniform, it's a uniform. It should look uniform to the ones that everyone else is buying, and so I buy uniforms.
I try to make at least part of the cosplay, if not all of it. I usually have to have my sister help me with a lot of it, because she's more of a seamstress than I am. But yeah, usually I'll either like thrift some parts and alter them, or just make it from scratch with my sister's help if I can.
The wig is one of like the biggest parts of becoming the character to me. You know, when you look at yourself in the mirror, there's like different versions of yourself that you can see. There's actually a whole psychology about the way you register what you're seeing in the mirror, and I have issues with my appearance every now and again, and so if I put the wig on first, then I am very, very quickly the character instead of myself, and so I don't have to worry about me looking stupid, and then I don't have to worry about that. I just have to worry about the character looking stupid. Now that's considerably less pressure.
Usually I start with makeup first, because that usually takes me the longest, and then I do the outfit and then the wig.
I will admit my process of doing it has landed me in some sticky situations, because the wig is all styled and pretty and then I have to fit my head through a tiny little neck hole, and it's awkward. It's hilarious. So that's my process. Bakugo is my favorite character to embody, to act as, which is why he's the character that I'm known for on my YouTube channel. But then I have my Dragon Kirishima cosplay, which is the one that I'm the most proud of in terms of like how much effort and how much skill has been put into it and how much I want to keep working on it. So.
For me, the cosplay that I'm most proud of and I like wearing is the Hero Deku costume that I made, and I had my sister help me a lot with it. And I really like wearing that cosplay because a lot of people ask me where I bought it, and so I get to respond with, oh, I made it!
Cosplay is such a broad thing that there are so many skills that go into it, particularly when you decide to start making videos and start monetizing it. You know, you have to have like makeup skills, you have to have sewing skills, you have to have a basic sense of wardrobe structure and function, you have to have wig styling skills, you have to have filming, editing, sound design, lighting, all these crazy things, you know, a tiny little bit of set design, all these crazy things that go into one thing, and it's absurd to ask anyone to have all of those skills.
If the character has a certain thing that you don't quite know how to bring it to reality, then it seems kind of impossible unless you see like other cosplayers and how they interpreted it.
My sister and I were literally just talking about how we were both having dreams of going back to conventions. Like actual dreams, unconscious desires of the soul. But, God, what do I miss most? People, just people. I'm an extrovert at heart, and, you know, not being able to be with people, because that was the first thing about conventions that really just stole my heart, was this incredibly deep connection that you could form with a complete stranger.
It feels like the friends that I've made through conventions aren't super duper close, but I still have them, like, and I still consider them good friends, even though, like, we don't really talk all that much, because usually the excuse to talk to each other would be the convention that we're going to, but sadly that's not really happening right now, so it feels a lot more isolated than it usually does, but I would still consider them really good friends.
So the panels that are available on YouTube are the better of the ones I've done. Panels are hard. It's a lot of people all coming together at one time from their own sets of circumstances and their own backgrounds, and depending on how well you know those people, how reliable those people are, and then there's always like the technology that you have to fuss with and the con itself that you have to fuss with. I've had panels that were accepted, but the con didn't tell me that they were accepted. And so my panel rolls around and I'm in my PJs, not at all ready to go, and people are showing up for my panel that I didn't know was my panel. I was sitting in the audience of my own panel in my PJs, like, where the hell is everybody? I didn't know it was mine.
I know that a lot of people in the audience or in the live stream, wherever we're doing the panel, I know that sometimes those people who are watching also do panels or also do acting, and so they can be they can have their own opinions on how the character should be portrayed, and obviously you're not going to please everyone with your portrayal of the character, but like, it's still scary knowing that people have the potential to judge you and make decisions about, oh, that was good or that was bad, or during the panel, so that part's a little scary.
We're doing the live streams, the panel live streams, just to fill the void as best as humanly possible. We really do have like a really solid fan support. We really don't frequently get asked like, why haven't you updated, or anything like that. More frequently it's like, oh, I love your stuff and I'm excited to see more. That was the first thing that we bonded over, actually. She went to that Hitalia meetup with me. And although that is partly, I say that partly as a joke, it is also true.
We kind of didn't hang out too much because there was a disconnect. We're 4 years apart, and before we started getting into cosplay, we had a lot of disagreements, like siblings do, and back then it felt like more of a disconnect because it felt like the age gap was a lot bigger than it was, so yeah.